Former Prime Minister of Belize, Syed Musa, visited Cuba in 1999. He said he visited a country where he saw none of the repression and fear some believe haunt the Caribbean island.
When you speak to the Cuban people and their fervor and their militancy and their love for the revolution, from then, you realize that, guess what, this man who's been painted as a dictator, as a tyrant, oppressing his people. You know what struck me about Cuba? When the first time I went, I would walk the streets. I don't see anybody, any soldier or policeman with a gun in the streets. And I believe that is so even today. And you say, well, how can a dictatorship exist, continue to exist, unless the people are supporting it? And to me, that gives the answer right there. The tremendous freedom that the Cuban people enjoy.
On that state visit, the then Prime Minister conferred Belize's highest honor, the Order of Belize, on the then president. Musa recalled meeting and having dinner with a man he calls the most fascinating leader he has ever met in his lifetime.
The piercing eyes of this man, the charisma, you could feel it when he speaks to you, and the way he looks, and always with a frown on his brow. He had a way of sitting, perhaps he had a gunshot wound many years ago in the struggle, but he always sat like this, with this leg down.
With one knee down?
Yes, like that. And he would always be probing you. The ambassador at the time was reminding me about the time we had dinner with Fidel, which usually started around after midnight, like 2 in the morning.
That's when he had dinner?
That is when he had his dinner, yes. I don't know what time he goes to bed.
Yeah.
I don't know what time he gets up either. But I do know he stays up very late every night. When Cuba is asleep, Fidel is working.
Well-known musician Carlos Perote was born in Cuba and emigrated to Belize in 1999. He recalls a Cuba where people lived peacefully and with access to needed services.
And obviously I sad and I'm happy because I born with the revolution. I get all my education with the revolution, and I very thankful for that happened. And I decided to say thanks to him because he gave me the opportunity for go to school for free. I started in elementary school, I finished university, and I don't pay 1 cent. I go to doctors, I don't pay 1 cent.
Perote was one of the designers of Belize's House of Culture and has performed the music of his country in concerts. In the area of the arts especially, Perote says Belize has a long way to go, but he will persevere as Cuba did.
In terms of art, it's tough. You see, right there you see the difference between Cuba and Belize. Art, to me, are developed countries. It's one of the most important things for life. Art enhances your heart, your mentality, and a lot of things. And we have to work a lot concerning that. I have 17 years live here, and I have the possibility for go live somebody else. I have master's degree in music. So my people allow me for go somewhere else, but I think so you have to be perseverant in Belize for achieve something. I hope so. We continue work toward that, to develop the art in Belize.
And as Musa reminds, Cuba expected nothing back from Belize, but that is why we owe them so much.
With all that assistance, Fidel Castro never asked for anything from Belize. And the Cuban government as such never wanted anything from Belize. And they never tried to indoctrinate us into any kind of ideology, be it communist or otherwise.
Yeah.
As Torrijos used to put it this way, Cuba have their own aspirin, we have ours too.
Aaron Humes reporting for News 5.